All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's it going? Here we are in front of our jam project. I'm just gonna fill it up. We're gonna finish it up over the next few days, and get back to our main project next week. We got a short list of things I want to do still. A few bug fixes, some quality of life improvements, and a new emote. Yes, Forlansky, I made that. In honor of our jam game. At this rate, we're gonna have 2 new emotes a year if I keep this up. If I keep doing 2 jams a year. Ship it and mail it. Yeah, pretty much. I called it mail time because you can't really see mail it if you spell it like that with a sans serif, but I wanted to call it mail it. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of that emote. All right, so what are we gonna do? We should probably get through the bug fixes. The big thing here is the quality of life item, this unlocked control scheme. That'll probably be the most work. Actually, we should finish this because we were partway through doing this when we ended last week. The add screen mode options to the game menu. I just added this idea of just replacing our custom font with something like silver or another font. Looks cool. Can't wait for the 2025 emote. Yeah, exactly. We'll see. Once we start doing more art for the main game, we might end up accidentally getting some good emotes. So we added a window mode to here, which I think works. I want to change the default volume, music volume, to be 0 for right now. Just so we don't have to listen to it. I'll just set this to be -60 to start. Give us auto tile it from the main game. That could be cool. Skip. Oh, why is the music playing? Alright, so is that not full screen? Oh, that was maximized. So this is working. Why did that get overwritten? Let's go look at the volume mixer. Ah, I need to set it here. It doesn't matter. Should play without music now. It does. I got to watch a few people play this over the last week. Feedback was good. People keep getting confused about the arrow. They think like you have to follow the arrow. So I think I want to be a little more clear about what the arrow does in the tutorial screen. They also expect it to like pathfind around the map, which is definitely not what it's going to be doing. Like they expect it to like point you around obstacles, which would be so much work. You'd have to basically have a whole pathfinding system just to get that one feature, which I do not want to do. Ow. Oh, we do have to fix the we have to fix the clock, because let me try to lose really clearly here. I'm just gonna drive into this person. So if we start over, the clock continues counting up, so we need to fix that. But let's finish this thing first. In-game ready. What we want to do here is we want to say oh, we had a debugger? Oh, that's fine. So we're gonna put this here. We're gonna say window mode button equals display server dot window mode dot get window mode. We're gonna say window mode button dot selected. This way it'll at least show us what we currently have, hopefully. Yeah, so it shows us as currently maximized. We can change that. I can't do it from here, so now we're kind of stuck. So that's what we have to do. We need to add this functionality to the other. But anyway, how's it going for Lansky? How's your week been? We've arranged this window differently than how we would otherwise normally do it here. All right, not a huge amount to report. Work picking up, so naturally game stuff taking back seat. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm good. It's San Francisco summer just started. Kind of starts at the end of August, so it's pretty nice out here right now. Trying to get outside when I'm not working. Kind of want to change this to be like this. That's more consistent with what we've got going on over here. say exit without saving. What would that look like? That's too long. Yeah, let's just leave it like that. I kind of just want to copy this whole thing over. So I don't have to redo this whole thing. Up these a little bit here. What are they over here? 10, 5, 10. Okay. That's not right. So UK summer is ending, but it never really started this year. Got scammed out of good weather. Right when you can finally drive your dream bike too. Oh, nice. Dream bike. Did you get one of those electric bikes or something? Is this like this? This isn't big enough. Let's figure out what the size of this one is. 140, 80, 148. I want these to be kind of similar. So why are these so big here? Making these separately is kind of a mistake. There we go. I have to hook up all the signals, yeah? Alright, none of these hooked up? How do these... Oh, the sliders, the signals. Same deal here. So I gotta hook these all up. Oh, were these already connected? I'm gonna reconnect them because they were connected to a different script and I don't want to mess with that. Motorcycle. Oh, get some rides in, to be fair. Just more difficult to plan them than it was last year with the weather. How long do you reckon this jam game will take to polish off? The goal is to finish it by Friday, which, you know, since our to-do list is very short, I think that's very feasible. This is all we need to do, really. Yeah, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. I just want to do this, finish this week. I'm really happy with how this game turned out, and I don't feel the need to really do much more with it. let's connect these up here. We have this work. It's on music slider value changed. Is that it? Thought we were doing it with the drag. Oh no, we were doing it with value changed. That's right. Oh no, we were doing something else with value changed, weren't we? Oh no, value changed is fine. I do a bit of bicycling, but yeah, I haven't driven motorcycles since I rode dirt bikes as a kid. If I rode for long enough, my wrist would lock up, which was scary. So I stopped doing it. I don't know what it was, if it was like hypertension or something in my wrist. I don't know what caused it, but I enjoyed it. Wait, so this code, we need to grab the code from over here. Display server.windows set mode index. The volume stuff the same. Looks like it. Gotta add this part too. What is the difference here? Never had that, thankfully. I've developed some tinnitus from wind noise, though. Interesting. I'm always very concerned about like my wrist or my arm. If I like lost, especially my right arm, obviously, like I'm so dependent on being able to use those limbs, or this would be a lot more difficult. Okay, so why do I do this? I'm doing dB to linear. What am I doing in game? Music slider dot value equals volume mixer dot equals dB to linear. Okay. Then wait, what am I doing over here? Oh, I'm setting this value here. Oh, I see. Right. Because here there's a don't save button. Here we don't have a don't save button. There's just back to game or quit to menu. That's fine. It's not optimal, but it's fine. Honestly, having a save versus don't save is not ideal. Ideally, I'd have like a confirmation window where if it could tell that the volume changed while you were sliding it around, it would ask you if you wanted to quit without saving or whatever. That's ideally how it would work. should work though now. Let's see. Crash. Oh, these are all broken because I changed the tree. I need to start using unique nodes, like using these as unique nodes so that they continue to work even if I mess with their tree structure. Perhaps an apply button, only clickable when a setting's changed. Maybe. Apply is weird for this case because you're getting feedback on the volume while you're adjusting the slider. So it's kind of applying it as soon as you set it. Like if we change this, it's applying it immediately. That part's working, so that's good. That's working. I need to get it to play effects volume while you're fiddling with the stuff. There's no exit button here, which is maybe a mistake. Let's scratch that off our to-do list. Not clicking apply would act more like an undo for it to change when the page is left. Yeah. Yeah, I think ideally I'd have a confirmation box pop up. But that would work in the short term. Let's go to the main menu. Maybe we add a credit screen. That'd be nice. Credits and exit. Put that under quality of life. Add a credits screen. Along with an app exit button. That'd be nice to do. Just to read out where we got all of our assets and stuff. We listed it out on the itch page, but it would be nice to call it out and credit them properly in the game itself. Plus add a couple other thank yous and stuff would be nice. Add an exit button. An app exit button. Add an app exit button. This doesn't feel like a bug fix. Export a web build that will successfully upload, but maybe it is. we like exit better, or do we like quit? Quit is mean, I think. Quit has like a sense of judgment to it. All right, how do you quit out of a Godot game? Handling quit requests. This is when it's quit from the Windows manager. That's not, we want to do it in code. Not exactly. So just get tree.quit. It's this. Stylish ways to just crash the game. Yeah, we'll just enter an infinite loop. I also want to change the default. The default window mode. We'll say full screen. We'll say exclusive full screen by default. We can change this if we want. So what if we changed it to this and then we said don't save? It should revert. So we need to add that actually. And then exit, just quits. Okay, perfect. So options menu here. We need a saved window mode. Send int. Actually, it could be a display. It could be a window mode. What is it called? Window mode. Window mode. That's what it's called. Window mode. Is that right? Yeah. Func quit void var crash equals 2 divided by 0. Yeah, exactly. All right, now it should. Also going to say display server dot set window mode saved window mode. Is that not what it's called? Window set mode. That's okay. So now, okay, now you can exit without saving, and it will revert to whatever it was before. So if I say windowed and then I don't save, it'll go back to exclusive full screen. That's why you want the confirmation though, just in case someone like ruins their video setup. Whatever, it should be fine. Exit. Okay, so we added an app exit button to the main menu. Easy. Let's tackle some bug fixes maybe. Reset the game clock after each run. Pause the game and the clock in the menu. Make car collisions more consistent. These three should be easy. Probably knock those out this morning. We might not even need all the way through Friday to finish all this stuff. We might finish this tomorrow. Excuse me. All right, so game clock. Where are we doing the clock? It's probably in the... game clock. We're doing it in the city, which is good. Sort of. Say variable start time float, variable elapsed time, elapsed past tense. All right, so we'll get the start time, and then each frame, this is going to be time.get milliseconds. Actually, let's not do that. Just get it raw here. Start time minus. Actually, we'll say elapsed time equals time.get ticks millisecond. So we're going to say start time. I'm going to say elapsed time minus start time. So we can just say, yeah, who cares? Oh, we cannot use floats with this? Okay, that's fine. What do I get from this? Int? Oh, it gives ints back anyway. What am I calling these floats for? So this should at least restart every time we do a new run now. Drive around for a minute. Actually, let's not even bother. Just crash. Okay, 16 seconds. Try again. 0. Back to 0. I want to draw that a little differently. I need to double check something about strings, formatting strings. Hey, Fody. We're good. We're just working on a few bug fixes. The integer starts with 0. Okay. Yeah, we have a small little list of changes to make. We're working on the game clock right now because the game clock is a little messed up. It's going to be quite the post-jam update. I'm planning on there being basically nothing to it. There's going to be a little bit, a couple of bug fixes, a little bit of a rewrite to the maybe tutorial screens. We fixed some of the volume slider stuff, and we got a couple more options menu changes. The only new thing is that we're going to add like a standard control scheme, like a regular forward, back, left, right, like WASD control scheme. Taking that off the list. We actually might add, I'm gonna add it to be part of this. Add controller support with unlocked. I may or may not add controller support. Someone was threatening, Quellis was threatening to play it on a Steam Deck, and I kind of want it to work. But we'd probably want it to work with both control schemes. You considered a mobile build? The 2-button control scheme would work well, you think? That's true. That's true. I have not considered a mobile build. I could probably do Android easily enough, but I don't think I care enough to figure that out. It's a good idea, though. Yeah, it'd be cool if it worked on my Steam Deck, at least. Okay, so... get rid of this. So it would be 0%, 02D. Get rid of this. This should work. But how are you doing? Did you post something that's like a project progress report in Two Native Nerds? I thought that was somebody. There was something I wanted to check out that I remember seeing recently. Hey, Kamataya. Yeah, we're taking the next couple of days to just finish this. Just do a couple updates. We're just doing minor fixes to the UI and stuff. Maybe adding a new control scheme that's not constrained by the jam. But how are you doing? How's work on your demo going? Yeah, you're working on a jam game. You posted an early build in the Two Nerds Discord. Yeah, I want to check that out. I'm gonna check that out. Honestly, same. Not a jam project, but a lot of UI stuff for sure. Wow, I almost got destroyed. Okay, it looks like the clock is working now, as intended. So let's lose and then restart and make sure the clock restarts. So we got 7 out of 35 in 1 minute and 25 seconds. Try again. We're back to 1 second. Okay, so the timer restarts correctly. That's what we needed. So that's done. Let's just do this up here, so we can just get rid of this down here. You submitted the jam version yesterday, 9 minutes before the deadline. It's quite wonky, but acceptable. 9 minutes is not bad. You did what you could. You probably really couldn't have realistically done more. What jam was that for? Probably post the finished version soon. Nice. Okay. Check this off. I'm not much of a to-do list person, but I do like having a to-do list with my project here. So I want to pause the game and the clock in the menu. That's like pretty important for us. We are not doing that. Where would I handle that? In the game? Probably in the game. What's the scene folder here? Scripts. Game. So we can do it here. I need to look at the game hierarchy is what I need to do. Basically need to pause the city while we're doing this. Can we just say city.process mode is node.process mode? Is there a different way we can do this? Process. It's a small Hungarian community jam called, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Okay, thank you. Literally means one game a month. Oh, yeah, you've told me you're doing the one game a month. One of the themes was, yeah, it's funny that's what threw me off, was that the theme was the same as the GMTK jam theme. That's cool, though. That's cool. So is there another way to pause without changing the process mode? I feel like there must be. Get tree.paused equals true. Okay, I don't want to pause the whole tree. Maybe I do. Yeah, we can work around this. So I'll just get the whole tree and pause it. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the menu's process mode. The menu, so we have an in-game menu here, and what we're going to do is we're going to change the menu's process mode to when paused. So it should only run when it's paused. Processes only when scene tree paused is true. Yeah, that's what we want. So we want when paused for the menu, and then for the city, we want pausable. Why are you grayed out? Is that just a visibility thing? Suspicious. All right, and then so in the game, we just say, don't do any of this. We just say get tree dot pause. Paused equals true. Yeah? Is that what they do here? What's this text gray? It's very weird. Is it because it doesn't have a... No, I don't know. Who cares, I guess. Let's see what that did. Oh, shit. That was the easiest pause functionality I've ever implemented. The clock probably jumps. Let's see what the clock does if we wait a little while. Yeah, the clock jumps, so that's what we need to change. So we need to change the clock to account for this. And that's pretty easy to do. That was a big complaint. That was a just and righteous complaint to people. They're like, how does the menu not pause the game? And I'm like, look, I had 1 second. And 1 second to spare. Love that. And this all still functions. Oh, is the music not playing though when we're paused? It does not. So that I want to change. That doesn't totally make sense to me. That pausing. Oh. I can't interact with the menu now. Okay. That pausing logic is quite different from how Construct does this sort of thing. They do global or object level timescale. You can set 0 pause. This also allows slow-mo, fast forward like behavior 2. That's cool. Godot allows something like that. You can change the engine speed. So you can change the engine speed scale. I've done that in I did that in a following wind so that I could test the game at a higher speed. Fast forward. Okay, so our problem at this point is that none of these have the right process mode. So I want the menus to always be processing, except for the in-game menu. I get the menus. This kind of sucks that I have to change this for everybody. There's probably a different way to do this. So in the game, so what is the main scene? Project. Run, main scene. So the main scene is the main menu. This is part of the problem. So if the tree is paused and I go to that, it's not gonna work right. So I think the easiest way around that is to just tell the menus to always be executing. How do I do that for auto loads though? Because like the music player was not playing when the scene tree was paused, which is not what I want. Do I just say something like, do I just go into the music player? Say something like process mode is node.process mode always. Let's start with that. That should work. Skip. Let's turn the music up. Okay, so that worked. And then so if I'm paused and I quit, I can interact with the main menu, but not these. Because these don't have process mode always. That's fine. There's probably a more elegant solution to this, but I'm just gonna have all the UI be set to process mode always, except the in-game UI. Do these inherit? Does third tutorial inherit from tutorial? It does not. Okay, so I don't love that I did that. First tutorial. There it is. Oh, this does inherit from something. Oh, it inherits from tutorials. So first tutorial does inherit. Second tutorial does not. Third tutorial does not. What about fourth tutorial? Also does not. Wow, I was really in a hurry when I did this. That's fine. We'll probably rewrite this a little bit. All right, we should be able to do that now. So if we play, we skip, we exit back to the menu, and we play again, I should be able to get through all of these. Cool. Oh. Love this shot, though. This is where I got my profile shot for the emote. For the new emote. The new mail it emote. So when the game... Love it. Love to see that. All right, I'm going to fix this, and then we're going to take a break while the ads run. So on ready, we're just going to say get tree dot paused is false. Beautiful. All right, I'll be back in a couple minutes. Hang tight. Appreciate everyone hanging out this morning. All right. So what were we doing? Oh yeah, we're getting the clock to play nicely with the pausable time thing. So we're just gonna add to elapsed time. We're gonna say time elapsed time plus equals. Oh no, this won't work. No, it won't work. We almost need to treat the moment that the game is paused, or the moment that the game is unpaused, as a new start time. Or maybe we just change start time. Maybe we do this in two ways. We say elapsed time plus equals. This is calculating the elapsed time since the game started. I almost want to just... I could add the time elapsed since the game was paused. We want to know when the game gets paused, though. So we would want like a thing here. We could say... I don't love whatever this is. This doesn't need to be beautiful. So let's say pause time is an integer. So if we have a timestamp, and the first timestamp is this. First timestamp is whenever the game starts. And then so we say elapsed time. We add to the elapsed time the difference between the current time and the timestamp. And we only do that, obviously, while we're processing. So while we're disabled, we're not going to do that at all. Then, so in the game, we can give a new timestamp. So when we go back to the game, we'll say city.time stamp equals time dot get m seconds, something like that. What was it? Get time m second, get ticks m sec. So we send to the script the current time at which we unpause. And then once it starts processing again, we start adding the difference. Oh, and then so we would need to do that, and then we would need to say, this might not work because we're operating with ints. Might need to operate with floats. You say something like if you say if this is greater than 0, then we'll add that and we'll change the timestamp. That might work even with integers, because then we just basically wait until this becomes a number other than 0. But since it's milliseconds, it should be fine. So this should work. So let's see if this works. Okay, it's counting. We're out here counting. Fishtailing a bit. Okay, and then so we pause. We'll wait like 5 seconds. This music is also weird. I think we're about ready for a radio station change. Oh, bass. They meant something else by bass than what I thought they meant. All right, let's go back and say it, see if it still says 12. 13, 14. Let's do it one more time just to be sure. I think my coffee is dead, but we're gonna try one more time. So this seems to be mostly working. The clock is pausing when we pause the game. Cool. So yeah, I think that's working. It's funny, we're using the like default font here on this screen and only this screen. Kind of embarrassing. We don't have... What screen was that? What screen was that? Game over. That was the game over scene. Put that to process always. So I don't love that my only choices are try again and exit. Also want to set the theme correct for this screen. Quick load. Did we give the option to like exit? Maybe it should just be try again or back to menu. Or main menu. Wait, what script is this? Oh, it has its own script. Okay, good. On main menu button pressed. Okay, so now it's either try again or go to the main menu. That seems fine. And we fixed it in terms of, oh, I just need to change the text. Main menu. All right, check off some tasks here. So pause the game clock. Make car collisions more consistent. This is our only remaining bug in the game, per se. And this is coming up. This one comes up because we only really punish you for high-speed collisions. And the physics system seems to not necessarily register the collision on the same frame that it registers the change in velocity. So we need both. And I'm not sure how exactly, so we need one or both of these pieces of information to be persistent across frames. Sorry, I had to turn the music down. It's like really loud in my ears. I need to change the volume mixer so that I hear it at a different volume at which it pumps out to the stream. Because what's loud for me, I think, is incredibly quiet for the stream. Oh well, so yeah, let's work on making car collisions more consistent. And we can do the rest of this stuff probably tomorrow. Maybe Friday if we need to. I'd like to get the bug fixes out of the way, though. Excuse me. All right, so here's the problem. So, physics process. We're getting your linear velocity. We're saying if your linear velocity is over a certain speed, and if there is a body in your colliding bodies that's over, that corresponds to a particular layer, layer 4, aka 3, then we record your scorekeeper information. And we change the scene to packed. Game over. So our problem here is the scene on which this speed might register might be a different scene in which this colliding bodies thing is done. So we need to improve that a little bit. So down here I had if sudden impact So we'd record this sudden impact frame. And we'd hold on to it. So we could add a 1-frame buffer by declaring the sudden impact as anytime this linear velocity speed change is too severe. And then in the next frame, before we reset that sudden impact, we could check to see if there's a body and colliding bodies. So that would work one way, but it wouldn't work the other way. So that would give us an additional frame to collect the bodies that we're colliding against. But I have a feeling that this problem is that the colliding bodies list we're getting result of this test is not immediate after moving objects. For performance, list of collisions is updated once per frame and before the physics step. It's before the physics step. Okay, so maybe this will work. Or at least it might give us some additional, veracity here. So we're going to say, we're going to do this. We're going to say sudden impact equals true. Else sudden impact equals, actually we'll just say sudden impact equals this evaluation. And we've got this, so we can go down here. This is the same. I'm just going to copy over it just in case. Okay, yeah, so we're going to say, we're going to move this up though. We're going to have the check done before. The impact sound is going to be, that's fine. So there will be a frame delay for some of this stuff. Actually, we could just say I'm gonna add this up here. Actually, I think this is fine. We're not gonna do it like this. I don't care if there's a 1-frame delay on the sound. I don't think that'll matter. We'll get rid of this so we don't play it twice. Let's see if this improves the likelihood that the car destroys us. Maybe escape should back us out. If we change our mind. Alright, so we're basically going to try to get killed by this car. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try to get killed by this car. That didn't work either. So I'm a little worried that the... might need to set this up as a signal, like they were suggesting. Because these cars should kill you every time that you do this. Hey Tobugi. How's it going? Working on some bug fixes here. Just a handful of bug fixes. I wish I had time to tune in today and have you play this. Unfortunately, with the Labor Day holiday over here, my work schedule has been like crunched. But that would be really good. Cooking dinner, nice. Yeah, you don't want to stream on an empty stomach. Appreciate that. But we're really happy with how this turned out, so I'm excited to see more people play it. Definitely the most complete game that I've put together in the least amount of time. Okay, so how are we going to do this as a signal? Evan. So should we just... what the max contacts number is? Max contacts is 1. That's maybe not enough. But there's so few moving objects, maybe it's fine. Let's just hook this up and see if we can get this to work. So we'll say on body entered, body node, and we're basically going to move some of this logic down. So we can go back to this. We can say if this, or we could say this. We could say that. We could say if sudden impact sound dot play. So this stuff, we're gonna say move this down here. So we'll say if body collision layer is 4. Do all this and we'll say game over. We'll say body layer collision 4 and sudden impact. We'll comment this out for now. So we'll see if the signal works better. Right, let's try to unalive ourselves on this car here. Didn't work. This maybe goes back to the problem of static bodies. Let's make sure the pedestrians work. Let's see if hitting a pedestrian slaughters us. Somehow I made it right through them. I love how when you try to hit something, you can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it. When it would be so easy to incidentally get hit by one of these people. Oh, so none of them work now. I broke everything. Okay. It has to do with them being static bodies. We ran into this during the jam. Now we're just getting kicked around. Maybe we should try continuous collision. See max contacts reported. That's this, right? Let's turn this number up. I don't think that will do anything. Just gonna try to jam right in this person. Yeah, okay. So previously we were doing that with get colliding bodies. Get colliding bodies was at least giving us the pedestrians and sometimes the cars. Turns a list of all the bodies colliding with this one. So that's what's perplexing to me, is that we sometimes get these back, but we never get a report of body entered. Maybe that has more to do with these vehicles than it does anything else. So like maybe this static body needs to have something set up. Yeah, maybe static body. I think static body doesn't work for this purpose for some reason, which doesn't make a ton of sense. Any physics body should work for this. So if we go here to physics body, physics body 3D. Banned. Get out of here. So what do we get from this? From a physics body 3D. It looks like, I mean, move and collide works on a physics body 3D. I don't know if static body 3D has like an exception. It's moved, it's teleported to its new position. That's fine. I think we're using this, or maybe misusing that slightly. Hey Zalos. How's it going? Welcome to the channel. We're testing some physics collision stuff in the jam game that we made for the Solo Dev Jam number 4, which was a 72-hour solo game jam a couple weekends ago. We made this little miniature driving game. Yeah, so the cars really don't collide with us ever. Oh, it worked there. Okay. So that one worked. So yeah, our problem I think is we're just not listening for enough frames. That worked. Okay. It's kind of working. You really want to do a jam so tough with a full-time job? No, I feel that. I took a few days off to do this one. Our problem though is we aren't getting collisions from the cars. And the cars should really be slaughtering us. It's so hard to hit things on purpose. Oh my god. Oh, it worked. Wow. I think we fixed it by just increasing the number of max contacts. Oh, it's because the floor is also a static body, I think. So maybe the floor was drowning out our signaling. I did not make the assets. So I didn't do any of the 3D art or anything. So these were all free asset packs. I focused entirely on making the game work. Huh? So it looks like we sort of fixed this. That's good. Drive around for a minute. for those who haven't seen it. Right now this is available with just a Windows build, but hopefully I'm going to put a web build up once uploads get unlocked on Sunday. Yeah, we made this whole city. I say we, but I did it. Oh, there's a car. Oh, I don't love this. Okay, so still didn't work there. So we actually haven't fixed anything. Maybe we need this number to just be huge. Let's close some of these out. There's too many open scenes. I have no idea where anything is. So in the minivan, let's make max contacts like a huge number. Let's maybe turn continuous collision detection on. Possible that we're still running into some trouble. Is it download only for a reason? No, it's because I couldn't get the web upload to work in the time that I had to submit. It's definitely not intentional. Okay. Let me turn these down a little bit. So it's weird. So what if I crash in sideways? I can't do that. Let me try to hit this static car that's not going anywhere. See if that does it. Okay, well that it's probably good that that didn't do anything. The pedestrians are working again, so that's good. Yeah, there's something about the cars specifically that's causing that to not work right. Oh, that was too low speed. I mean, we could fix this trivially by reducing this velocity requirement, but I like the velocity requirement. That you have to collide at high speed for it to count. Oh man, missed. There we go, booted. Oh, so weird. Is there a debug? No. Maybe if we put the check in here. Let's try something. What if we make this what if we make this check here? Add this check to it and see if that helps. Pretty new to Godot. You made and released a simple little game so far. Working on something more robust at the moment. You're trying to keep it cost-free, and the free assets are meh. Understandably, though. You can do some cool stuff with it. Like one way I address it is, you see this is all like 3D, HD 3D stuff. I mean, it's all low poly, but you know. But it's different assets, and they look kind of different, and they have kind of different styles and stuff. So how I'm dealing with it is I'm just pixelating everything. So I'm giving it that like retro look, and it has this unifying effect on the art style. Just a viewport, just a sub viewport. So the viewport is just down-resing everything for me. Don't even need a shader. Godot is really good at this sort of thing. But yeah, it's helping me unify the look aesthetically across these different assets. But yeah, because that's definitely a concern, is you want your game's aesthetics to be very similar. I don't know why. Oh, so it worked there. It worked that time. I think we might just have to live with this, just the inconsistency of it. It doesn't seem like we're going to get it to work super consistently. And I think the amount of work involved to get it to work consistently is probably not worth it. If we should hold on to the sudden impact for a few frames. What's going on here? Y'all are doubling up here. I don't like that. Why is that happening? Does it have to do with Randy? Randy, the random number generator. Step divided by count, yeah. Plus flip divided by count times randf times 0. 0.75. Let's make that 0.5. How much time do I have left? Oh, we got like 20 minutes. We can fiddle around for a little bit longer. Okay, now everyone's walking very close together, but not exactly overlapping. I didn't like that when the characters were overlapping each other. See if I spot anything like that. All right, so I think we're just what we're gonna do is hold on to the sudden impact flag for a few frames. Or we're just going to accept this as kind of just the way of things. Or we can add another state here. We can say variable collided We'll say collided is true. They collided is false. So where do I want to put this? Do I want to put this before or after the speed check? I want to put it after the speed check. Let's say if collided and sudden impact true, and sudden impact, and we'll do this stuff. Do I want to put it before or after is the real question. So we basically have one frame of carryover depending on how, and we either do it the frame before or the frame after. Like, do we hold on to the collisions and then check? Do it here. So we'll try to hold the collisions over for a frame. That's a direction we haven't tried. We've been trying to hold the speed change, the noticeable speed change, not the actual collision registering. We'll see if that helps. If not, I'm kind of just happy with letting go. So let's see if this still works as intended. Yeah, that still works. Let's try to hit this car. Oh, we didn't quite hit it. Let's try to hit this car. So weird. So weird that that's not working. Yeah, because this is what I'm trying to prevent. I don't love this because that's like game over. I can't hit that thing, no matter how much I try. If you hit this from the side, I like literally can't hit these on purpose. It's kind of frustrating, considering that's what I'm testing. I go check something. Make sure these cars are on the physics layer that I actually think they're on. If I change these to be rigid bodies, would that just solve the problem instantly? Oh my god, this car is on the wrong layer. Is that really what been the problem the whole time? Why did I assume that this was correct? This car also on the wrong layer? They're all on the wrong layer. Except the first one. Well, we found the problem. The problem was not in the code. The problem was between the chair and the computer. Yes. Yes, it does. All right, so we can do this much easier now. We should be able to do this just every frame. In fact, we should be able to hook up this. Should be able to hook this up. So let's comment this stuff out. We'll hook this back up here. On-body entered. We'll save this. The body collision layer is 4 and sudden impact. So we hit this car, the game should instantly end. And I can't do it. I can't do it on purpose. Nope, didn't do it. Okay, that's fine. Maybe I was being overbold. That's definitely part of the problem. Was this layer thing? Maybe the other thing was also a problem though. Let's disconnect this. Re-enable this. See if we get that. Oh, that's hopeful. Okay, so the signal still didn't work. The signal was still not a good idea. Can I actually just hit this cop car? I can't do it. We're chasing it down. We're cutting them off at the pass. I actually don't think I can catch up to that vehicle. Oh no. Just want to catch some different vehicles. Here's another one. Beautiful. Seems to be working. One more check just to be sure. Pick like a taxi cab or something. Collide with. Oh. That's not gonna work. All right, that's beautiful. Let me just make sure pedestrians still work. I don't know why they wouldn't, but I don't trust anything. There we go. All right, perfect. So that all works. Get rid of this block of code here. Regression testing, yeah. We never progress without regressing. All right, make car collisions more consistent. We did it. All right, that's all the bug fixes. Long live Chow. All right. Thanks for the follow and the spam. You have a really long name. Awesome. Cool. Well, that's pretty much all our time for today. Tomorrow we'll probably work on the control scheme, the new control scheme, and controller support. And then we just need to wrap up a few things here down at the bottom. All right, that sounds good. Well, this has been a great stream. Appreciate everyone hanging out. Fody, Frolansky, Tabugi, Zalos, Kamatai Reaper. Appreciate seeing everyone today. We'll be back tomorrow. Sorry for the gap in streaming here, but the holiday was nice to take off. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back Friday. Hopefully next week we'll be working on the main project again. Back to a life of auto tiling. And soon pathfinding. Thanks, Fody. Yeah, I will see everyone next time. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.